This presentation is one that it really challenges the traditional environment in project management and delivery um, uh, realm right now. And so, hey, hopefully you can follow me, and this will be very educational for you. Okay, so everyone's in IT here. We know the impact of of automation in artificial intelligence and using technology. The biggest change has been technology actually eliminates job positions. It eliminates how the supply chain works because it eliminates the need for people. And this is what's been going on here. But just to go over it quickly, in looking at automation in artificial intelligence, yeah, what it started out to be was allowing people to be able to have greater value with less training and less understanding and less expertise. You got pilots who can use autopilots, be able to fly the plane just as well with less training, right? And then it goes to cars, allowing people to drive better. And then it goes to minimizing our need to think, right? And you can start seeing now that they tell you, what percentage, you want to tip and how much that's going to be, no longer having to calculate in your head. And then it starts eliminating positions where you don't even need people now. And this isn't only for low-level jobs, it's for very high-level jobs that take a lot of training, right? On the left-hand side is the old tower, and on the right-hand side is their new tower. In fact, due to technology, you don't even have to have it right on the location anymore in visual sight. You can actually have it anywhere. And then you have large companies that are developing their robot fleets, allowing their robots to do manual jobs, different positions, even analytical positions. But I like to show this because it's amazing. In 2013, Amazon's workforce consisted only of 1% of robots. And now it's at 33%. And they employ a lot more people. It's amazing. But even construction, which is my main realm, it's been slow to adapt technology, but even construction is adapting technology and using it so that it minimizes the amount of people they need, but it still needs some highly trained people. As you can see, the trained workman is behind doing all the finishing work. But even now, technology in construction is getting to the point where you don't need people. And you can see the bricklaying machine. It can now do what people do in a lot less time, build an entire building in 4 hours. In fact, it goes so quickly that technology is also driving new technology. They had to make new adhesive so that the adhesive could be strong enough and dry quick enough for how quickly they lay the bricks. It's amazing. And then they have totally automated restaurants, automating the food, automating the tracking of orders. It can customize things for people in ways that people can never do it. And so it's improving the value that people are getting. I can't share my sound due to technology issues, but just so you can see it. Now they're being able to have fully automated restaurants, fast food restaurants. But obviously it's worth it. They spent $50 million developing this. Installation takes $8 million. But when you realize what it eliminates all HR, right? You don't have to have as much HR. You don't have to have management. You don't have to have people tracking shifts. It eliminates actually a lot of effort that we usually would have to do to run a restaurant. Now they don't have to. And of course, artificial intelligence is just taking over the industry right now. And many people might not see this, but it is. In fact, in social media, they have now AIs that you can tell them what to do and they'll do it for you. And they have multiple AI specializing, working together as a team So you now, if you want to be a graphic designer, someone who makes movies, someone who makes short clips of anything, blog posts, whatever it might be, you no longer need a team of people. You can just have a bunch of AIs doing it for you. Absolutely amazing. I tell high school students, you got to know how to use AI. Why? Because there's only one thing better than a student who's really, really smart. And that is a student who's really, really smart who knows how to use artificial intelligence. They're going to beat the smart student every day of the week. But this has been the impact of technology. And I think everyone has seen this, no matter where you work. The impact in cost and time, it decreases it, increases performance and value and consistency. In fact, it even increases creativity and innovation. And it eliminates the need for people to think, which makes it even better. But the question we got to ask ourselves is, if technology is doing this, why are our projects not increasing in value, not being on time and on budget? And if you can see information technology out of all the industries except for construction, which is mine, it's pretty bad, right? Aerospace and defense has always been terrible. Okay, but the two main ones are information technology and construction projects. They're way over time, way over budget. And if you look at customer satisfaction, it's the lowest. And it has a lot of publications on this already. And so the question we got to be asking ourselves is, what is the issue if technology has been minimizing cost and time and increasing quality? Why are we not being able to do these on IT projects? And the issue is that we haven't learned from technology. We don't understand what we're deploying into the work field, and we don't work like it. We haven't understood why technology has been so successful. And so the issue is, we're not actually implementing automation, artificial intelligence concepts in how we deliver projects. And this is a big issue, not only for IT projects, but for every project. It's still based on the traditional practices. All right, if you just look, when you have IT, it eliminates the need to talk. It eliminates the need to communicate. Why? Because it makes it transparent and everybody knows what's going on. It automatically knows, right? But that's not how our projects work. Everything we do decreases transparency, increases the complexity, increases people to think and make decisions. And one of the things that people haven't realized yet, especially in education, where I'm really big into, is this idea of thinking and complexity. Right? Everyone thought complexity and thinking was great. It allows us to innovate and whatnot, but they didn't realize it's wrong. Right? And I use this because this is simple. If I release it, everybody knows which way this is going. That's how simple this is. You don't even have to think about it. Now you got to realize, simple, don't have to think. Does your risk go up or down? Like, does your risk go up or down when I release this? That's not going to go down the way you're thinking, the way you see it. Your risk goes down, right? If I release it, it's definitely going down. When it's simple, your risk goes down. It's when it becomes complex, when people are thinking more, that your risk increases. And in education, we've been training everyone to think more, because we sold people that in order to learn, you have to think. But that's not true. When someone makes it simple, when a good teacher, an expert makes it simple, you don't have to think about it. You have less risk and you learn more and you learn quicker. And this is what we have to learn on projects is we don't want it to be complex. We don't want thinking to be in existence there. We want it to be so simple, everybody knows what's going on. But with our traditional practices, the only way to minimize the impact of the risks that we create is we have to increase the cost and the time. People don't realize that if we fix some of these things, that we could implement our projects 30% cheaper automatically. We just take 30% off the total cost off the top, and we could decrease it by that if we changed our practices and made them follow the principles of automation and artificial intelligence. Amazing. But when you look at the decrease in cost, right, that you can have, and the amount of expert vendors that will want to work for you, we have to start implementing IT concepts, artificial intelligence and automation concepts into what we do. We have to start decreasing the amount of communication, increasing the transparency, decreasing the amount of work we're doing. And you can kind of see what we've been doing over the years. We do this on everything. And so the hypothesis here, out of all people, the IT people should be the leader in the supply chain. But in order to do it, we must operate and understand the principles of artificial intelligence and automation ourselves. We can't only be able to use it, we have to understand how it works. And we have to operate the same.